Good afternoon. Get started on our projects. Currently, we're working on our new environmental assessment. We held the kickoff meeting with the FAA on October the 21st over at the district office at Dulles, and presented to them a schedule which showed us being complete with the environmental assessment in 1 year. And I have to say the FAA thought that was very aggressive. They've chosen to review each chapter rather than look at the entire project. So they felt like we might be expecting a little too much to have it done in a year, but we're going to give it our best. As a matter of fact, the wetland delineation is going on today. It's a little wet out there. Don't know that that'll make a difference, but also we started the airport survey today, where they look at all the facilities, the runway and everything, nav aids on the airport. We did get some good news from U.S. Fish and Wildlife about the fox squirrels mitigation. They are currently planning on delisting those sometime this month, I believe. And with that, that changes the overall project. We were told by Fish and Wildlife to not plan on having to mitigate for that. Saves about having to acquire about 120 acres of fox squirrel property and about $1 million in the project. So that's good news for us.
Has their populations increased to the point where they no longer need to be protected? Is that what we take from this?
The reason for the delisting,
right,
as I understand, that's what it is.
Well, we let them proliferate for so long.
I saw a group of fox squirrels, you know, like the guys holding a little bag over their shoulder, walking down Route 50 hitchhiking.
Leaving Talbot County.
I don't think they were fox squirrels.
On our fuel, compared to last year, you can see overall we're down about 2%, but if you really look at the jet fuel, you know, Clark Transportation ceased operations in December of last year. And if you look, last October, they had used about a little over 8,000 gallons, and that's almost exactly the number that we're down on jet fuel. So it does show me what a difference a tenant can make on the field. Currently, the Clark hangar is for sale, and we're certainly working, trying to find a new tenant to go in there, take care of that. However, the good news, if you look at the avgas sales are up, so they're kind of balancing it out there.
So the fuel that Clark purchased, was that for their own private use, or were they reselling?
No, they weren't reselling it. It was strictly for their use. And along with that fuel sales, you look at our traffic. The tower informed me as of the end of October, our traffic's up 16% compared to the same time period, the same 10 months of last year. As of the end of October, the tower had handled 66,551 operations, so we're staying busy. Corporate hangars with Talbot Aviation, the one that you all approved for the long-term lease, is currently on hold. There's some issues with the building code on requiring insulation in the hangar. Well, we haven't resolved that yet, but it's being worked on. The developer has been told that he would have to have 12-inch insulation in the hangar, and that's seems a little excessive, but we're working on to see where that is. That's why the hangar hasn't moved forward as at this point. We did hold an emergency exercise.
Mike, help me with that.
Well,
Yeah.
I wish I could.
I got lost on it's a hangar.
Mm-hmm. The hangar developer, the gentleman that's going to build the hangar, has been told by his contractor.
He's going to build it.
Okay.
He's
been told by his contractor that he would be required to provide 12 inches of insulation in the hangar, which as I said, seems a little excessive. None of our other hangars have that, so.
Not
I
to
don't
mention,
know if
a lot
it's
of them aren't even heated, right?
It's not living in it.
No, no. The hangars would be heated. This would be a corporate hangar.
Okay.
And, but not heated like a home.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
but
okay.
we'll get it worked out.
That's to be continued.
On the October 22nd, we held an emergency exercise with Talbot County EMS, Shore Health, and local law enforcement and emergency responders at the airport. It was a simulated aircraft accident which had casualties and injuries, and started at 5 o'clock in the evening and ran till about 9. Everybody was involved. I think it was a good exercise. The feedback was that there were some good lessons learned, and overall, it was very successful. So I think you can rest assured that should that happen at the airport, we're prepared to respond appropriately on this. And along with that, we've got scheduled coming up on the 21st of this month, emergency training for our first responders. Aircraft today, you may have seen one just recently, have ballistic parachutes that come out and, if they've got a problem. And that just recently happened. But the concern is that a first responder might come there and the charge hasn't been set off and it could cause a problem. So we're going to provide some training to the first responders for that, how to deal with de-arming the charge on the parachute. And then we had our Comptroller Francho visited with us on the 3rd, and thank you all for being there with it, and gave him a tour of the airport and talked about you know, the economic impact that the airport has for the county. And we're working with Talbot Spy, trying to do a community outreach, and I think they've already recorded the one now with the tower chief, and we'll be doing this once a quarter, coming out, trying to maybe get a little more information about the airport to the public. And our gateway application, I think I mentioned that to you before. We applied through Maryland Airlines on October the 20th. And what that'll do, if we can become designated a gateway airport, will allow flights directly from Easton into National Airport. Currently, because of the security requirements, if you wanted to fly from Easton to Reagan, you'd either have to go to one of the other designated gateways, such as Philadelphia or Dulles, and land, get cleared, and then come back in. So we're hopeful that we'll get that designation. And also received information from the University of Maryland. You know, you see a lot on the news today about drones and unmanned aerial vehicles. Well, it's come to Talbot County. They're actually, University of Maryland's doing some research and operating one of their unmanned aircraft drones within the protected airspace of the airport, actually within 4 miles of the airport at and below 200 feet. So they published the appropriate notice to airmen and let everybody know. We let the tower, and everybody knows that it's happening, but it's just the future has arrived here.